New day. Um, I just read a chapter of Neville Goddard. Looking pretty crushed right now. I'm not gonna lie. Um, Went to sleep really late. It's just expected to happen. You're gonna feel a little tired like that. It's okay. Um, I'm good. Um, I just read a chapter of Neville Goddard, and he was specifically talking about a couple pages of a chapter that I've been already reading. But in this specific page sequence of pages, he talked about inner talking. Inner talking is definitely not what you're saying with words out loud, obviously. Not even what you're saying, like not even words in general, but the subtle emotions, basically thoughts as well that go on in this in the subtlety. Like right now, I'm talking blah blah blah, but there's a feeling, subtle feelings going on. These are inner talkings, like these inner talkings that you might have like a tingle of joy, which are good thoughts. They are good thoughts. You might have like a tingle of joy, which is a good thought. You might have excitement, which are great thoughts. You might have ecstatic, like you might be ecstatic, which are phenomenal thoughts. It's essentially a thought that's just, you know, energized itself into an emotion. So, or you might have a, or you might have a negative thought, which is going on in the subtlety. So it's like he basically said that life is a result of your inner talking. Your inner talking creates your life. You know what I'm saying? So to change your life, there's a lot of dog barking going on right now. And my mom's hyping up the dogs so they could bark more. Is what it is. But I gotta wait for them to shut up. So I wouldn't wait like 10 seconds. Nah, but inner talking creates your world. So it's like people be like, how does it create your world? What if it doesn't happen? That's inner talking. Like you feel those emotions, like what if it's not possible? That's inner talking. You're just basically translating what's going on the inside right now. Inner talking. If you feel that you are something, then that you are something, and in due time that thing will manifest. If you feel you're a loser, you'll be a loser. If you feel you're a winner, you'll be a winner. If you know you're peaceful, you're peaceful. You know, if you feel shaky, the thing is, like it's always there. And I guess the way to get rid of the unwanted inner talking is to focus your attention on the inner talking that you want. And in due time, the negative inner talking will evaporate from your experience. It doesn't take long. You can choose to not focus. You can choose to have zero inner talking going on if you want to, which you just focus on life itself without placing any like any conceived notions on life. That is like the path of like a person going for enlightenment is focusing on just life, just looking at something for what it is without having any expectation, without having any conceived notions or thoughts about it. Like just looking at it, and a thought may pop up, but not grabbing and identifying with the thought, or not, pushing it away. So like I'm looking at a water bottle right now, right? I can say it's a water bottle. I can say I can drink it. It's there. I can be like, oh, that thing is there. All these little thoughts that pop in my head about something, that's inner talking. I look at something, ooh, that's a black piece of earmuffs, right? That's a house over there. That's a tree. That's a pillow. All these inner talking is going on. This is essentially what's making like a lot of people messy in their heart and in their mind, is these little dialogues going on. Some of it is like just regular, like it doesn't matter. But sometimes you may encounter something that says, oh, I'm living here, what a bore. But it might not, you might not hear yourself, like you might not hear it in a word. You might just feel it in emotion. So like you look at somebody like, oh, I don't like that person, or oh, I'm scared of that person, and the fear charges up. So like you walk in a crowd, and then you're looking at the crowd, and your mind says, I'm scared. It doesn't say it with words, but it's an inner speech going on saying scared, tighten up, walk weird, feel nervous, secure yourself, right? Or you're talking to somebody and you get embarrassed in some particular way. You're talking, they say something, and based off the vibration that's coming out of their mouth, you interpret it as negative, your inner talking. Now, is there a way to focus on something, hear somebody, and then make a judgment after? Is that possible? Would you be able to understand what they're saying, or will noise just be leaving their mouth? Because if you have no, because right now, all that's coming out of my mouth is just sound, and it's just sound and vibration, and I'm making the meanings out of it, which is inner talking. Like the fact that I can make meanings out of these, that the words that are coming out of my mouth, shows that like there's inner speech going on. If I choose to ignore, just look at the sound for what the sound is without having any conceived notions, which is hard because you trained yourself over time to understand what the language English is. So I'm speaking English, I say I know I'm speaking English, and it's become such a habit that this is English. But if I talk like this to somebody who lives in Guatemala or something, I don't know if that's an English country, I don't know, but I don't think it's, whatever, a country that they don't speak English, they're gonna just look at me like, what the fuck is he saying? Like, I don't understand what he's saying. No meaning. They're gonna attach no meaning to it, and what's gonna play in their head is just some random thoughts and emotions that, oh, maybe he's talking shit about me. They're gonna look at your face after that. But then if you close your eyes and you just hear sound, you're gonna be like, what the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, inner speech is very important. It's like, this thing goes on when you're not paying attention. You're talking to somebody and you get a negative feeling about them. That's an inner speech. You didn't consciously put it there, right? It's going on unconsciously because you're not controlling your attention and your awareness. But can you change your inner speech to look at something for the way it is without having any conceived notions, and then making a conscious decision, a conscious inner speech on your own accord? I say, if you master your mind, if you master yourself, you can. Can you create an identity within yourself that works on autopilot of the inner speech that you want? I say you can, if you master your awareness and your attention. You can place a inner speech pattern of positivity, no matter what, within yourself that operates on autopilot. I think it's possible. I know it's possible because it's going on anyways right now. You've done it already from when you were little. That's why everybody's the personality they are, because their identity creates this inner speech pattern. And basically, if you change the identity and change the inner speech pattern to the person you want to be, and be that person already, and change yourself to that person now, think from that person, feel from that person, live, breathe from that person in every single way. Have your body vibrating in every cell of the body of that person being that person. Not the person you are now, but the person you want to be. What do they do? How do they talk? What is their career? How they are with people? What is their daily lifestyle? You get a feel for all that stuff, and then you feel that you're that person already, then your inner speech will begin to change that person. And this thing is like all about concentration and awareness. It's like, you can't just do this for a little bit and then go back to your old ways. You got to sustain this until it becomes a habit. When you're a little kid, you don't just get up once and think you could walk. You try and try again and again and again and again until you start saying, okay, this works, this works, this works, until eventually you can walk without thinking. You can breathe without thinking. Even when you're born, the baby doesn't know how to breathe. But then they very quickly need to learn how to breathe in order to survive, and then breathing becomes natural. This is a thing that happens. What else? You don't know how to write. You don't know how to read. You don't understand what English is. But eventually this thing becomes subconscious. So what you need to do is you need to think and feel and really get the sensation of what it's like to be yourself, like the self you want to be, and have that become a subjective reality through practice of changing your conception over and over and over again until it becomes a habitual thing. Once it becomes a habitual thing, it's over. Once you have the fearlessness the joy, the love, the excitement of the person you want to be, and you have the mindset that that person has, not similar to it, but literally it, once that switch happens subjectively, your life changes. Because without you even thinking about it, it just changes. On a spiritual level, on a cosmic level, on a practical level. Things, people, places, circumstances, conditions, the whole universe conspires to match this person's identity. Because that's what it's doing anyways. It's just matching the person's identity. Mine, your parents, your friends, strangers, whatever's in their identity, whatever's in their inner speech, whatever's going on subjectively, that's the life they're living. Famous, poor, rich, successful, whatever. Actor, actress, musician, it's all the inner speech. To the degree of the success, it's to the degree of the inner speech that you take it. Anyways, that's basically this clip. Yeah. Recording. Anyways, guys, end of today. Big milestone today. Big milestone today. We finished the kitchen island after a week and a half or 2 weeks of saying that we were gonna do it. We did it. So that's checked off. The next thing to do is to make the hypnosis audio. So build the hypnosis audio and craft the hypnosis audio the way I want to craft the hypnosis audio. Once we craft the hypnosis audio, the next thing to do is to give myself a week of doing I'm not gonna even call it vigorous, it's just what I wanna do, which is waking up, doing a hypnosis audio, going to, like, this is the schedule that I wanna have. I wanna do this because I wanna see how much I can increase the intensity of my vibration, and while applying the teachings of Neville Goddard. And I'll just do this for a little bit just to see how the levels that I can bring my being to. So I want to wake up, I want to do a visualization hypnosis session. Then I want to do a visualization hypnosis session. Then I want to read, and then I want to take a shower, and then I want to go to the gym. Then I want to come back, and I want to take another shower. Then I want to do my yoga session. Then I want to eat. Then after I'm done eating, I want to read. And after I'm done reading, I want to do another hypnosis session. Then after I'm doing the hypnosis session, I want to do some plan of action that needs to be required of the day. If nothing requires of the day, then I will not do anything of the day. But after that specific time sequence of like sitting in the new vibration, I will do another yoga session. So I'll do a second yoga session, just a quick one, a little bit of stretching, a little bit of pranayama, and then meditation. And then after that, so right now I'm at 2 meditations and 2 hypnosis sessions so far. Then after that, I want to get to, Then I haven't really planned that far after the 2 hypnosis sessions, but I know that when I go to sleep, I want to do a 3rd hypnosis session and a 3rd time reading. So reading 3 times a day, 2 hypnosis sessions a day, reading 3 times a day, 3 hypnosis sessions a day, 2 yoga sessions a day, 1 gym session a day. Get those done, and all doing in the same time frame, similar time frame, not like an hour ahead or an hour below, all around a relevant time space, so build that habit, and I want to do that for a week, all the while not getting so caught up and so attached to the schedule and like creating a conscious block of thought saying, oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed, I have to pay attention. Because the thing is also, you're building the schedule, but then there's something that you create with the anxiety and the anticipation and a lot of pressure on the schedule. You put a lot of pressure on yourself to follow this schedule and like, oh, I gotta do it. I want to I'm doing it, I'm doing it, like very easy. I'm doing it. Do that schedule and see how much I can increase my consciousness, my vibration, because, everything in life is the degree of attention that you give it. So see how far I can take this, take the capabilities of the mind, the accomplishments of the mind, break a certain barrier. That's what I want to do. I want to do that for a little bit. And I'm not going to say I'm going to sustain that, but I want to do it like a supercharge, you know? Like you're preparing to supercharge your being for a specific accomplishment of something. And then when that accomplishment happens, you no longer really need to go that vigor. You can sustain it off of doing something less intense, all the while enjoying the fruits of your labor, the accomplishments of your mind. Like if a kid rides a bike and he's riding and he's riding and he's riding and he's riding and he falls and he gets up and then he ends up riding where he doesn't have to think about putting his foot on the pedal, you know, moving exactly with coordination. He rides a bike without thinking. He no longer needs to put in hours and hours of riding the bike. He can do it naturally now. So depending on how far you want to take it, right? Like if he wants to do tricks, then he has to put more hours into doing the tricks. But once he learns the tricks of the bike, he no longer needs to put in as many hours. He can sustain himself with just doing a lower level of hours, all the while still being the same skill. If he wants to reach a new height, he has to go further than what he did before. So like that, which is an accomplishment of the body, you can apply that same principle in accomplishment of the mind, which is more powerful than the body, more subtle. It's more freer than the body. So I want to put in vigorous, I don't want to say vigorous, but more intensity, more oomph, I want to say that's a better word, into, you know, raising the accomplishments of my mind. You know, really reaching a high level of my mind, a high level of attention, high level of awareness, where I can manifest what I want to manifest. And then once I reach that level, I no longer need to go as vigor to sustain that level. You know, I just need to do something just to touch up on a certain aspect, you know, because that's really how it works. If you want to go further, then you have to, you know, go further, but it depends the level you want to reach. There's obviously a certain level that you reach that, you know, that you're there already and you don't need to sustain anything anymore. But yeah, that's basically what I want to do. The goal that I'm striving for is accomplishments of the mind. I'm trying to reach an accomplishment of the mind, particularly, I don't know how to say that, particularly in the manifestation of physical objects or a reality, a life that you want to see. Once I get that, I want to dedicate all my time to being a happy, joyful person. That's it. That's it. Just create. It's so simple. I want to create a life like a game. I'm playing a game. I want to create a little fun life for myself. And then I just want to be happy and blissful and enjoy every single day in whatever it is endeavor I'm doing. I want to get it to the point where I can sit here with my eyes closed. I can go for a walk by myself, eyes closed, breathe in fresh air, drink a water bottle, and just be complete in life. Or I can be doing something. I could be acting, could be in a movie, and I can also be complete in life. It doesn't matter where I am, what I'm doing, I'm always complete. That's essentially the goal. I'm not trying to be some messiah, some guy who performs miracles. No, I just want my simple siddhi of manifestation of a life. Whatever, I guess it's a siddhi where you materialize your life into being, like, you use the akashic, the space, the cosmic energy, whatever you want to call it, God, divinity, that God, that divine, to manifest people, places, circumstances, conditions, ideas, energy, confidence, all that stuff, where it comes from, which it comes from within. Yeah, use that to create a life and just to be a good person. I'm not trying to be a show off. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I'm not trying to look at me, I'm cool. I'm just playing the game of life. That's all I'm doing. I'm just playing the game of life. That's what I want to do. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to upload this, schedule it for 3 p.m. And yeah, big milestone. I finished the Kitchen Island. Next milestone, hypnotic audio. Next milestone, doing this for a week, maybe 2 weeks of really just being a good person and manifesting my goals. You know, yeah.